Welcome back, everyone. Just want to do a quick sound check, make sure we are live, but it is Monday, Labor Day evening, and we already got some people hopping on board here. If you are first joining us, if you're first tuning in, as always, give this video a massive thumbs up, smash the like button. We'll do a quick sound check here on my end to make sure everything is going smoothly. Yes, good sound, good sound. I see we have a few people hopping on. Let me know down below in the chat box. Maybe it's on your left, your right, the side, the bottom, whatever, depending on what device you're on. Let me know in the chat box where you are tuning in from, where you are coming from. There we go. We got a lot of people hopping on board now. Welcome, everyone. If you're first joining us, as always, give this video a big thumbs up. Get that algorithm going. Make sure YouTube does show it to everyone. We want to make sure we have everyone to hear this announcement and this breaking news, so everyone is in the loop and up to date on what is going on. So again, if you're first joining us, make sure that you go ahead. Number one, go and smash the like button. Number two, make sure you tell us in the chat box where you are tuning in from, what state, what location, what city, if you want to tell us. Hello, Tony. Perfect, Rochester. Well, we're talking about New York and employment here, so that is perfect that we have a New Yorker, a fellow New Yorker on board. Hello, Tony. I assume you sell cars by your username. Very nice, very nice. All the way upstate in Rochester. Very good. I'm at the opposite end down here in Long Island, so quite a distance away. So we're talking about New York unemployment and the latest. I don't know if you guys saw, but the video that we did a couple days ago, a few days ago, it was that essentially a public announcement. Scott City. Yes, Scott City is a great place. That is a fantastic place to be. Awesome, awesome, Tim. Very good, very good. Inside joke there. Very good. So I don't know if you guys saw, but the recent video that we did from a couple days ago, it was essentially a public address, essentially a public announcement, trying to advocate for and get people to hop on board on the petition that we started, and that was for New York unemployment, to get New York and Kathy Hochul and the New York State Legislature to actually extend the unemployment programs, including PUA, PEUC, and the $300 supplement, although that's at the federal level, so that probably would not be extended. And the petition, it got a lot of traction. Yahoo and ESSDI News. We're talking about unemployment here. Now, in the last video, we actually did have Social Security, our disability, and federal recipients of that nature. We did have news on that in the last video, so if you didn't catch that, the links are always down below in the description. So we did have news on Social Security in the last video, but this video we're talking particularly about unemployment and the decision that was made. Very good, guys. We got a few more people hopping on board. If you are first joining us, again, as always, smash the like button and tell us down below in the chat what area you are tuning in from, what city, what state. Awesome. All right, Ken. Take care. Sounds good. So we're talking about New York unemployment and the decision that was made. And so we did the petition, right, and it got a lot of traction. I didn't really share it too much besides my own awareness and what I did. I only did the video on it, the public address, and the link was down below. And then there was also, I did a few tweets on my Twitter. That was pretty much it. I didn't do any other advertising. I didn't really promote it in any way. I didn't put any money into it. That was it. It was just Twitter and YouTube. I did a few Twitter posts, and the hashtag seemed to have worked for the first couple dozen signatures. And also the YouTube video, because of my subscribers and my following here in a community that we have also created, it was great seeing not only New Yorkers, but also people from other states, as far as my YouTube audience, coming together and actually supporting everyone by signing the petition, even though they weren't in New York and the issue had nothing to do with them. It was really cool to see that even you, my audience and subscribers here, we've created such a community that people from other states were signing the petition, even though it had nothing to do with them. So that was really nice to see, and I'm so grateful for all of you to do that. So that was very, very cool to see. But anyways, what happened is the petition, it is up to about 400 signatures now, the last time I checked, which is amazing. It got a ton of shares. It got a couple hundred shares on social media from other people, because I have access to those stats in my dashboard, my back office on the petition. And last time I checked, it was like $26 or something, nearly $30 that people actually donated to the petition. I didn't request a donation. I didn't force you guys to donate any money. That was totally up to you. I got nearly $30 of money contributed, and what that money went towards was actually further pushing it and essentially giving it more ranking and helped with the algorithm of the petition. Perhaps it placed it on the front page of the change.org website. So people were actually, I was shocked. I even saw people put in $2, but then there was also people that put in $8, $10. So that was really shocking to see. And you did not have to do that. If you are watching, you did not have to put money in. All that was needed from you was just the signature. And if you wanted to share it on your social media, that was more than enough. But it was so nice to see that people actually donated money to the petition, which was not necessary at all. Necessary. So, well, a decision was made in between that time that the video was posted along with the petition, and now a decision was made from New York State and the governor finally, after weeks of silence, of saying nothing, we did not hear a peep from her. Finally, she actually said something and spoke out. So essentially what happened, and this is, unfortunately, it was not shocking. This was not a major blow in the sense that we kind of saw it coming because there wasn't any other states that extended the unemployment. We did not even see California do it. So it wasn't a shocker. We weren't absolutely surprised, but it is very unfortunate, being that, again, New York has one of the highest unemployment rates in the nation. And you have the hurricane recently, just to top it off. That was a final nail in the coffin for people. And of course, you also have the Delta variant and so many millions of people in New York still unemployed. So unfortunately, if you didn't hear the news already, Kathy Hochul decided not to extend the pandemic unemployment programs. Again, not a shocker, but still very unfortunate. And to recap, the programs that are expiring are PUA, PEUC, the $300 payments from the Federal Unemployment Compensation Program. That's the supplement on top of your state benefits. And also the $100 payments from the Mixed Earner Unemployment Compensation Program, or MEUC program. So all of those federal programs that were extended for months and months and months. Some people were on unemployment since March of 2020. Finally, after months on end, finally those programs have ended. Now, just so you understand, states are allowed to extend the programs, right? President Biden, the Biden administration, specifically said that states with high unemployment rates should go ahead and use the money left over that they have, in the coffers, just in the locked boxes of money that they have left over from stimulus funds. Biden directed and even encouraged states that have high unemployment rates to do so. But Hochul said during a briefing Sunday about the Hurricane Ida cleanup, when she toured and surveyed some of the damage here in New York and Queens and the surrounding areas, she had said, quote, "What we determined was that the federal government has to okay allocations to us, and secondly, because our unemployment system was so overtaxed last year, and half that we now have an $11 billion deficit, and the state law does not allow any increases in resources as long as there is a deficit." So hello, Angela. Yes, we're talking about unemployment. We'll just quickly catch up here on the chat. Okay, is unemployment over in New York State? We're covering that right now. No worries, no worries. Now, she said that the state has a deficit, but so do many, many other states, and yet they still have leftover stimulus funds. So there should be no reason why the state shouldn't be able to extend the programs, even though they have the deficit. They still have billions and millions of dollars left over. So does New Jersey, so does California. California actually has a budget surplus, and they still couldn't do it. So it's very unfortunate, and I think it's an excuse. I don't know why she would do such a thing. I think it's going to hurt her, and especially in a very liberal state like New York. And eventually she will be up for re-election, of course, as she is finishing out Andrew Cuomo's term. I think it is going to hurt her in at least the short term, maybe even the long term. But I don't know why, even with billions of dollars left over in stimulus funds, New York wasn't able to get it done. We have one of the highest unemployment rates in the country again. And with the hurricane just happening, that was sort of the final nail in the coffin, the canary in the coal mine to extend the unemployment programs. MMM is saying, so you can still claim for regular insurance, however, than $300. Well, likely if you are on unemployment from the pandemic, right, if you didn't just start collecting, if you have been collecting since last year in most people's cases, the reason you're able to collect now is because of the PEUC program that extends people on the regular state benefits who have already exhausted their benefits, that PEUC program allows you to continue collecting, and that was a pandemic era program. So because that has also ended along with PUA and the $300 supplement, you will not be able to claim again. You will not be able to. This week was your last week. If you claimed yesterday or the day before, that was your last day you were able to claim. You are not able to claim unemployment benefits again. This is it. Now, if you just started collecting, there is a chance that you can continue collecting. Or if you didn't even apply yet, and if you got fired or perhaps you're laid off because of non-coronavirus related reasons, then you might be able to continue collecting. But again, not having to do with the pandemic, unfortunately, this was the last day you can claim on Labor Day of all days. And Kathy Hochul spoke. She wanted to say that she's focused on job retraining for those who are unemployed. She said, quote, "So I know where the programs are, and it's about connecting people, helping them get retraining for a job because some of these jobs may never come back." Well, that's a very contradictory statement because she just said that some of these jobs may never come back, even more reason to continue unemployment. I don't know why she would say that. And again, even in where she's from, in a very rural area like the Buffalo, Niagara region, unemployment there is 5.7%, which is still considered a bit excessive. And that's where she's from, and that's just upstate in a very rural area, let alone New York City and the more urban areas. On Monday, the governor's plan was, we don't really have an idea of what plan that she has to get people back to work. She did take questions after signing several pieces of legislation on improving workplace safety. And we heard from unions. So, quote, this is according to a union member of the Communications Workers of America, Molly Galanka. She had said, quote, "Our dietary, our environmental services, our nursing assistants, our tech positions, our radiologist techs, those positions sometimes are harder to fill because it's not something to entice them. So even though New York unemployment is over, it's still going to be hard to get some of these positions filled back in. It's still going to be hard to immediately get these job openings back up because it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a very long time." Why would I not get paid for this week? Well, it could have to do with the holiday. Bernard, I see your comments in the chat there. It probably has to do with the holiday. So there might be a day delay in the pending status of your unemployment benefits. So there could be a day delay because of the holiday. That is certainly possible because usually I believe it starts processing like a Monday and then Tuesday you should see it. So because of the holiday, you might not get it until Wednesday. That's a possibility of why. Let's see what else we've got. A union of having to do with construction and contracting. Chris Austin, he's a business manager for WNY of Carpenters Local 276. He had said, quote, "We're constantly looking for carpenters. We're looking for apprentices. We're looking for journeymen carpenters. There's not enough people filling the voids at this time." So in his case, he's actually seeing too many openings and not enough people applying and having a tough time filling those positions because of that reason. Whereas other more sophisticated positions, according to that other union, you need more experience, of course, a higher level of education. Those are harder to fill. Governor Hochul also said during the Sunday's storm briefing that she wants a detailed analysis on when the hospitality industry will come back. So she is keeping her finger on the pulse. She is keeping her eye on industries and areas. Now, it's unfortunate that she didn't make a contingency. It's not like she said if these areas don't come back, we'll extend unemployment. So, oh, thank you, Ruth. That was quite a long time ago. Yes, I closed on that in June. It's already filled. It was already filled day one. There was already a tenant in there. So I am a landlord. I was a landlord the second that I closed on the property that day. I was already a landlord. But now I'm working on the second property. That could take a little bit more time to fill because of the location. But I will have an update for you guys on that second property very, very shortly. It might go under contract very soon. There was a problem with the first property as far as the second property that I was going to do. Unfortunately, the contract did not go through and the deal kind of blew up. But I'll be talking about that in another video. I'll be updating you guys on my second property. Unfortunately, I'm not the person to go to as far as joining a carpenters union. That is nowhere near my area of expertise. I've never had a job ever. Always been self-employed and didn't even go to college, so I couldn't really tell you how to join that carpenters union. However, I guess I would suggest it all starts with a Google search of your local carpenters union. Well, so Angela, here's what we're doing. Angela, as far as perhaps with a second chance, another shot at extending the benefits, what we're actually doing is we're still keeping that petition open and live. So that petition, you could still sign it right now if you haven't already. In fact, I'll even put the link right here. Let me just copy and paste it right here in the chat. And boom, you should see it right there. I just put it in. And so that petition, it's still open and live. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to donate money to it. Okay, very good. She did already sign the petition. But for anyone that did not, it does not cost you anything to sign the petition. It's just your name and email. But some people have decided to actually go ahead and donate additional money to promote it and get it out there even more so and get more eyeballs on it. But that petition is still open. So again, I mean, let's say the petition got 1 million signatures, you would think someone's got to see it. Someone can't ignore us, right? So it will still be open. You could feel free to sign a petition still. Bernard, usually during holiday, which I'll be pending the ban. They also send me email that I'm not getting paid. Probably that email sounds like you're not getting paid even more so, right? You're not getting paid anymore, right? They're just telling you that the benefits have ended. But if you were able to claim and certify your benefits, you should be getting just one more payment, one more federal supplement, and one more regular state unemployment benefit. You should be getting that depending on when you started collecting. That is the case for the majority of people out there. Unless you started collecting unemployment before the pandemic, then yeah, there could be something there. But you should at least be getting one more payment, and that's it. You will not be able to claim next week. You will not be able to certify because nothing was extended. And placement, I'm not familiar with that location. I am sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that of your diagnosis, but perhaps you can try applying for disability. That's certainly something you can do. If you don't have enough resources, if you could show that you don't have sufficient income, if you are able to show you don't have sufficient income, and you're able to show that you don't have many resources or assets, and you could show proof of your disability, which clearly that is a terminal illness, that's on the upper tier of disabilities, you should be able to qualify and get disability, Ruth. So hopefully you can get that, and you might need someone to assist you with that, which you could probably do over the phone. Not too familiar with that location. I could certainly look into that, but again, you should be able to qualify for disability if you could show a very small amount of assets, a very small amount of income, and your diagnosis. You should have no problem getting disability, which hopefully will help you out. So that's what we know on New York unemployment, and Kathy Hochul's decision is final. But if that petition got 1 million signatures, like I said, someone's got to see it. Someone from the state legislature might say, wait a minute, what's going on here? Unemployment is still very high. Let's say in a few months from now, New York still has the same unemployment rate and doesn't drop, and we're actually seeing unemployment claims go up. If we happen to see that, I would suggest that at least some reporters got to ask Kathy Hochul about it and suggest the fact that unemployment and ending those programs was a bad decision because of where New York is, if in a few months we see that nothing has really changed. But that was Kathy Hochul's decision and her briefing that she had over the weekend and she also did sign a declaration on the hurricane and allowing other funds and resources to be used. So we have money for that, of course, but we don't have money for unemployment. So that was quite interesting. But she did sign that declaration. So she took some action. Wasn't in regards to unemployment. It was in regards to the hurricane. But it's not like she did nothing over the weekend and just sat by and didn't say a word. At least she was able to finally give us closure and finally confirm that unemployment benefits were not going to be extended. It's a shame that she took this long to finally say that, and she waited to the very, very, very last minute, literally the day where people were able to claim their last benefits. I don't know why she waited so long, but at least she said it. She could have probably just sat back and said, let them kill themselves and whatever. So I don't know why she waited so long, but at least finally we got some closure and confirmation. So that's where we are right now on unemployment, and that was the answer that was given to us. Fortunately, I'm social media because I never living on Chrome. That is certainly a small amount to live on. I'm not familiar with the location in regards to exactly what kind of cost of living that area has and how far $500 gets you, but nowhere in this country you can get very far on $500, so I do understand that. Perhaps you can get, in addition to disability, you can also get, I believe it is Social Security, or rather supplemental security income that should pay out higher, depending on how much work history you can show and how many work credits you could show. But that is it for New York unemployment. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, give this video a big thumbs up. As always, the petition, again, will be down below in the description as well as in the chat there. I put it there, so you could sign it if you haven't done already. And if you want to get some free stocks, as always, all free, all on me, go ahead and use those links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with Robinhood and or Webull. You get some free stocks, some valued up to thousands of dollars in some cases. If you want to connect me on social media, I am on Instagram at Logan Cohn, link down below in the description, LOGANKOHN on Instagram. Feel free to connect with me there. Maybe I'll give you a follow back. Who knows? We'll see. I hope you enjoyed this video. New videos every single solitary week, as always. Thank you so much again to everyone who signed the petition and got the word out. Thank you to everyone that viewed the video. It got nearly 3,000 views. I was shocked. Did not think it was going to get that many. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you hopping on tonight's live. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you now.